This is Awesome St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
This Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop Convention and Ranger Stop and Pop. Have you ever wanted to see all your favorite Power Rangers together in one epic convention? Go to Ranger Stop! Ranger Stop and Pop. March 5th to the 7th, 2021. Atlanta, Georgia. Ranger Stop 8. November 11th to the 14th, 2021. Orlando, Florida. Get your tickets now.
You didn't really think? Did you really think that none of this would ever happen, Ryan? Did you really think? Did you really think so? For as when you bought your little LeBron James jersey, when you was a wee lad back in 2008, you didn't think it would happen, did you? You didn't think that LeBron James would join the LA Lakers and bring us a 17th championship ring. With the help of Anthony Davis, who was an unknown, and Dwight Howard was part of the Orlando Magic. But it was Michael B. Jordan, the long-lost son of Michael Jordan, from the Space Jam universe, letting you know, yes, it all happened. It was not a dream.
I actually, when in 2008, I actually bought a jersey. This is the real GOAT. His name is Calvin Cambridge. He plays for LA Knights. Do you remember?
Hey, shouts to Calvin Cambridge, bro. And bring them all in. Bring them all in. All the Warriors is here. Because, guys, what a twist. Now, okay, I've seen them. I know what happens at the end of the show. I'm not going to spoil it. But what a twist. And welcome to Ranger Podcast Live. I'm your host, Reckless Fox. Oh, not Reckless Fox. I'm Leo, a.k.a. Psycho Fox. Ryan, Mike, Kent, all the Warriors are here for the penultimate episode of Power Rangers Morphers. Source code.
Yes.
Ooh.
Before we start, reaction. What are you guys' reaction?
The American the American adaptation of Go Busters has done what it was destined to do, and I am thrilled.
All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it the way. Okay, I had a feeling this would happen since all the way back when they first aired the trailer in PMC 2018, and I'm just gonna say right now, you thought you were fighting a new virus called Evox, but it is really I, Vendrix.
Ryan, go ahead. I'll go.
You.
Okay. What happened? Oh my God! Now, I've done a great job not living up or watching all the Power Ranger shows or all the future episodes after the morphing or the grid connection. I played Body Honor Code. This episode made me watch the final episode right after we did RPL yesterday. I mean, last Saturday.
I still haven't watched the last episode.
I'm not going to spoil it, but for right now,
Sure.
Hasbro, thank you.
Yes. My thoughts. I kind of already knew, even before you guys found out.
We know you watched the episode before.
No. Even before that,
He has connections.
I have connections. Get it? Connections?
You have
the connection.
Well, sources, but I'm not saying. Anyway, well, they didn't tell me, but I had an idea. We kind of had an idea of what was going to happen. But when I first saw the final episode 5 months ago during that leak that happened in summer, yeah, I was right.
He he also has another thing because he has an idea of who the next villain's going to be.
I cannot say. Anyway, that's a. Oh, what? I have no comment. Anyway, so hello guys, welcome to another episode of Ranger Podcast Live. We are doing Power Rangers Beast Morphers Season 2, Episode 19, Source Code. Yes, we kept me and Kent kept the secret. We all know Venjix is back.
Right.
He's actually the main villain of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, and you can tell Kent's the villain was legit in front of you the whole 4 months.
Yeah, I have a picture of Venjix here with a picture of his Evox suit, and throughout the few months, I've been constantly going, "Ah!" It's just been. Like,
yeah, you guys noticed in the past episodes. There, Ken actually kind of teased it. Anyway, so we start the episode. Let's start the episode, right? Well, we go back for the last episode. Evox. I'll just say Venjix. He's not Evox anymore. Venjix is inside the cube, the force field cube, and we see, that's like cube. And then we see Nate. Oh, wait, put it again, Kent. And then people didn't see it. There you go, that cube. And then we see Nate make a lion blaster. It actually looks like a lion blaster. I'm sorry, I'm getting the feels of freaking Ninja Storm here. Ninja Steel blaster. He tries. We found out that blaster can degenerate like molecules. So basically, they do it on Venjix, and he does get demoleculized or something like that. Demoleculized. I don't know how to say it.
Dematerialized.
Dematerialized. And then we find out that that's what Venjix wanted, because he hacks into the mainframe, doing the circuits, and goes to the computer and reopens the actual force field. And then he hacks inside the system and goes inside the computer and basically goes wreck over Grid Battle Force. And then he goes to the main computer. And where do you follow him? Well, it's I like the scene because actually you do chase around the whole command center. So it's kind of cool. Then, not done yet, Mike. Then, after that, we see Venjix. Well, I'll say Evox for now. We see Venjix trying to get the cell ship Morpher from the RPM Rangers. You have a picture of that, Kent?
Yeah, right here.
Okay, awesome. So, what's funny, when I legit first saw this episode, when me and Kent first saw it, we're like, holy shoot, no, it cannot be. And then finally, so before it happened, so we see Nate, again, using the blaster, tries to destroy Venjix.
Evox
Venjix. Venjox. We'll call him Venjox from now on. Venjox, alright? Venjox. Get it? So we see Venjox. Grabs it like Kylo Ren does in Force Awakens. I was like, "Go!" I was like, "Damn!"
See,
Okay.
I would say Vader from the diner room scene from Empire Strikes Back. I'll take that. Thank you.
But anyway,
Join us for dinner.
So we see Venjox. Yes, I'm saying Venjox. Now reveals to Nate the story. And this birthday boy reveal what happened.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Ryan. Okay, so Evox drains parts of the cell shift Morphers from RPM, and after the Kylo. I hate y'all. After the Kylo Ren moment, he looks at Nate and is like, "You don't remember what happened, do you?" And we get a flashback on Nate using the Morphex and snake DNA on one of the cell and got some of it off the cell shift Morpher, which brought Venjix back to life. And Venjix went into the morphing grid to become Evox. So essentially, and we find out later, Evox is Earth 1's rendition of Venjix. Venjix has found his way from Earth 2 to Earth 1. And it also gives you a recap, especially when Dr. K comes in later, where Dr. K says, "Look, we barely beat Evox. We barely beat this fool on Earth 2. None of us knew that he was going to be in Scott's Morpher. No one knew." And so we thought that's later on. But other than that, Nate has a Vietnam flashback unlike any other character I've seen in Power Rangers, and freezes. And Venjix Evox. No, we're not calling him Venjix. Venjix. Because for some reason the characters don't call him Venjix even after this episode. Venjix escapes and is now planning to destroy the world. For real, not for play.
Can I say it right quick that I think they should just finally reveal that when Serpentera blew up, Evox General Venjix's AI went into the RPM world. I mean, come on. Portals have opened up under random circumstances in the show, so this I can easily buy.
You know what? I need someone to make sure they confirm this theory, but that's not here nor there. Mike, go ahead.
Right. So while the Rangers try to go off to fight Evox, more specifically, they try to fight what's his name, Blaze, who's about to attack one of the cell towers, and at the same time, Evox is activating all of the towers from all over the world. Because keep in mind, remember at the beginning of the season, very beginning of the season, Mayor Daniels, air quotes, was trying to make an initiative to have more Morphex towers around the world, including Canada, where he's buddy-buddy with its prime minister. And of course, all of the Morphex towers activate, which means he has direct access to every last tower. But interestingly enough, before they go on the attack, he's like, Blaze, I need you to attack this Morphex tower, and I need you to use this cell phone-like object in order to sneak in the Morphex. By the way, Scrozzle, you are integral to my plan. You are my one-armed grocery store clerk. Shout out to anyone who watches American Horror Story. Yeah, you're integral to my plan. So here's one for you. I got a special assignment for you. Oh, wait, hold on. I messed up. He has the Venjix voice now. So, it's really hard to picture Venjix's voice in Evox's body because of the whole snake thing. But yeah, so Nate is moping around because it's my fault. It's my fault. Venjix is gonna win, and it's my fault. And then Zoe being like, "Oh, come on! I know you messed up, but we all make mistakes. Yeah, but all you did was put a collar on Keeper. This is much."
Anyway.
So she comes with the bright idea of making an interdimensional phone call because she knows one person that could help Nate with his situation, who has also experienced this kind of scenario. And thank you, Zoe finally completes her character arc. She actually read the Ranger history books for once. And who teleports to his lab? Greetings, I'm Dr. K. I'm so happy she's back. I love Olivia Tannen. I'm so glad she's back. I'm still getting used to the fact that she looks so much taller now. You see her cheekbones in the previous episode, but you don't see her her actual height. So I'm like, damn, girl, you grew up in the last 10 years. It has been I can't believe it's been a decade since 2009. So she's like, okay, so what's up? Yeah, Venjix is back and it's all my fault. Yeah, well, I built Venjix and my world's destroyed, but you could still save yours. And he's like, yeah, but you don't get it. You guys barely beat Venjix. Now he has snake DNA and Morphex. And she's like, well, I'm a scientist. You're a scientist. What is the first step to solving any kind of science problem? You identify the problem, you make a hypothesis, you observe, collect data, replicate, so on and so forth. Scientific method. I love science. Okay. And of course, Nate finally understands that, in order to solve any problem, you can't just be sitting around moping. You have to actually be proactive and actually start doing things. And that's what Dr. K did in RPM. She actually made the RPM Rangers. And Nate, he has to make a new arrow for the lion bow and arrow thing. And of course, you know, like while he's helping her out, the Rangers are struggling because they are about to encounter Blaze. And of course, we need our numbers because Blaze had a power up a few episodes ago. So Dr. K's like, don't worry, I'll take care of the rest. You go help the other Rangers. And I love how Dr. K is still being her fun self while also being more openly empathetic with others, which shows that she kept her growth from RPM, and I love that because like because honestly, I think for a lot of people, her character development was the most impactful in the in Power Rangers RPM, and honestly. Dr. K and Vengeance basically makes us feel like this is the Geo version of Power Rangers, where it's basically a sequel to Kamen Rider Decade. So while they're gone, Ben and Betty, being Ben and Betty, they try to help Dr. K. It's like, you know, we've made a lot of experiments and they're really awesome. Plus, we're human crash test dummies. We have a lot of ballistic stamina. We can help you out. Don't worry, I don't need you to do this. We can load up the Morphex. It's already loaded with Morphex. Well, what can we do? Oh, you know what? I have an amazing fuel you guys can help me make. First, I'm going to need 100 grams of crystallized sucrose. I'm like, okay, I know where this is going. Yes, please. And now I need you to boil water at exactly 100 degrees Celsius. And here's a rare plant from Earth too. And I need you to extract its juices.
All right.
Sorry, poor announcements, guys. Okay, I'm not gonna call out who it is, but whoever I know, you know you are. Do not spoil the ending. I'm reading this right now. I get it. You watched this episode 4 or 6 months ago. But please, for the fans in here, I saw that. We saw that spoiler. We deleted it. But if you do it again, bro, as I'm saying, we will suspend you for a while. I'm serious. So no spoilers. No, and don't be disrespectful to the viewers. All right, go ahead, Broken.
Right. So, and honestly, like the scene with Dr. K, Ben, and Betty are probably my favorite in this episode because she's like, and I need you to take this rare plant from that only exists on my Earth, and I need you to extract its juices. And of course, they go out their way, like for the rest of the episode, to like do exactly what she said. And then it turns out it's not to skip ahead a little bit, but just to get it out of the way. Yeah, turns out this whole time she was just having them make her tea, which is hilarious. I love. If anything, if I could change that, I would say they had to make her marshmallows.
That would have been funny.
That would be funny. But they made her tea, and it was hilarious. So I'm gonna let the next person do the rest of the plot.
I'm up. Okay. So I wanted to also mention right quick the fact that Dr. K says, "You go, I'll stay here and program." That actually kind of got a little that gave me a little nostalgic feel because, you know, that's how Dr. K used to always operate in RPM. Just you're like, "I'm going to work on this. You guys go out and battle." All right. So the Rangers meet Blaze at the Morphex Tower. It is not guarded, and like they morph and activate Beast X mode, and this really cool fight breaks out. You know, like Blaze is like really giving it to him, and he causes this massive explosion. And then Dr. K contacts him and says the arrow is ready. And like, I gotta love how they're holding the Morphex bow in this shot. And like, they manage to, you know, shoot Blaze, and he's destroyed. And so Evox's two head generals are finally gone for good. And so Nate and Zoe can, like, you know, talk about, you know, how even though when things were getting dark, you still stood by me. And even though I made mistakes, you know, we can still work. Like, you can still learn from them and, you know, get better. And like, they go to the command center, you know, and they show their appreciation for Dr. K for helping them. And she says that we need, like, Commander Shaw offers her a chance to stay and, you know, help them. But she says that if Vengeance is, you know, still around, he could still be in, like, he could even be in Corinth now. Like, we don't know where he is. So, interesting. But anyway, she leaves. And by the way, I was kind of thinking, since Gemma is the one who owns the portal devices, like, I kind of expected her to say, "Open the portals, Gemma," just like how in Thor, you know, they say, "Open the gate." Who is the guardian of Asgard?
Oh, Heimdall.
Open the gate, Heimdall, basically. But that she could not have left at a worser time because Evox contacts them, Venjix contacts them, now I'm doing it, and tells them, you guys, you fools, missed the fact that while you were busy dealing with Blaze, I had Scrozzle sneak into another Morphex tower and plant the bomb, or not bomb, plant the device. And, this causes all the Morphex towers all over the world to start activating and glowing. And, they're sending, and, we see it all over the planet, and we see energy going into Coral Harbor's main Morphex tower. By the way, I thought we see, it in different cities, like Chicago and stuff. It would have been great if they showed Los Angeles and the viewer could probably just assume that's Angel Grove or any of the California seasons. Anyway, so things are looking bleak. Evox has full control over the Morphex towers. Dr. K's gone. And so the situation's getting real. And that's where the episode ends. So, yeah, that was source code.
Okay, before we continue, so for a person trying to comment, calling our review pointless, if you don't like it, don't watch. And please stop being respectful to the viewers. I'm watching you. The second one, Jeremy, I'll call you out. Continue.
So that's where the episode ends. And boy was this a very interesting episode. What were you guys' thoughts?
Brian, you go first.
Oh my God! They did it! They did it! I did never expect. Okay, it's funny. So I guys need to know. Do you know, guys, Amit Buhamek, the writer for supposed to write for the new Saban era series?
No.
So he did some drafts of Samurai and and even Go Busters. Well, it was called Beast Morphers. Yeah, it was Go Busters. Basically, he did. I don't know what happened. Basically, he mentioned maybe Vengeance returning or something like that. I forgot what was writing. But I'm actually glad that they kind of used maybe some of his old writings and honored it here. So I'm because again, after when RPM ended, the cliffhanger, and we're like, oh, what happened to Vengeance? So that's why we thought. What's funny is, guess what's his name? The guy who's the producer again? Oh, Chiplin. Chiplin produced the final episodes of RPM because it used to be of Gazillion in the first half. And he did. It was funny is he legit put Vengeance there because he knew Power Rangers was being canceled by Disney. He legit put Vengeance there in the Morpher just to have a little hope that maybe Disney could continue it. So there's a little cliffhanger. But you know what happened? Disney stopped. They actually did stop, and new Saban brought back, but they never addressed Vengeance back. I thought in the Samurai RPM, Red Ranger
crossover,
they would address it, but it didn't happen. It's like, oh man, okay. I'm glad that they do this because when he said virus, virus. We all thought can this be Vengeance? Can this be Vengeance? When we found out it's someone Evox, I was like, I don't know. What really caught my mind though was during 2 years ago when Jackie in her Instagram story when she was watching RPM in her story for research, it's that caught my attention. Wait a minute. Well, I actually watching RPM, and then a lot of the actors in their interviews, especially from Nickelodeon, they asked what's your favorite season? They said, they said RPM was good. Again, the RPM connects no way, this cannot be. And then finally 2 years later, RPM.
So essentially, Tom Holland before Tom Holland was Tom Holland.
These are breadcrumbs teasing. It's I knew it. I knew this. Was I surprised? Not really, because I kind of predicted it, and me and my sources were theorizing this could be Vengeance, and this is Judlin's final season as a producer of Power Rangers. So what is the proper send off to honor Vengeance and finish that story arc? So there you go, Vengeance is here. Leonard, you're next.
Well, what's your score?
Oh, 10 out of 10, boy.
There you go. I'm gonna say all right. My turn. This episode sucked. I'm joking. No, listen. No, before.
So, guys, do you want to see something nice? You guys want to see something nice?
That was a joke.
You guys want to see this dancing box? Yeah, look at that. See, you see him dancing every time. Look at that. Look at him.
You guys suck.
Oh, anyway. And remember, what's it called? 1.5K subs, and we're gonna do this.
We're not doing Ryu Soldier. I mean, not Ryu, Soldier. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, If you okay, look, you can get us a 1500, maybe we'll talk. Anyways, but that's what I was saying. This now, keep in mind. I want y'all to keep in mind that this episode I was looking forward to the most because of what happened in the last episode, right? And this was the episode that everyone was like, "Watch episode 19, it gets good," or this is where your Beast Morphers become someone's top 5 or something like that. I watched the. Let me put it like this: after our review last week, I went on to watch this episode. I watched it twice. Oh my god. Like, the writing on the wall that Venjix was coming back. I didn't see it coming because when it comes to stuff like this, I try not to continue to predict a lot because there have been many predictions that I've made about Power Rangers and I've been wrong in the time. And being the Jim Cornette of the Power Ranger community, I just decided I'm just going to let it flow. But having said that, honest to God, did not see that coming. And when they did, I immediately called Ryan and Kent. And then I watched the final episode. And I talked to them again. I'm not going to spoil it, okay? But because I know, Mike, you haven't seen it yet. But I love Nate. Now, I understand a lot of people there are probably people who take issue about Nate being a focused character. But keep in mind, Nate is the prodigal, like, boy genius. Keep that in mind. Like, his entire backstory was written in the very first episode. The dude was like, what, 16, 17 years old when he joined Grid Battle Force. And I don't know how old he's supposed to be now. It's what it is. But of course he was going to feel the way he did. He legit brought Earth 2's worst and most dangerous monster to Earth 1. And because of that, he just put the entire Earth in danger because of that. Hold on, Mike, give me a second. But I love the story that they told with him. I think it was amazing. Like, you can actually see that Abraham Rodriguez, his acting came in. Like, this was some of the best acting I've seen him do this season. I'd say he's probably been one of the most improved actors aside from everyone else. Everyone else has been a very improved actor, but I focus heavily on Abraham Rodriguez, considering the fact he's going to be Saved by the Bell soon. Fantastic. Like, kudos to Abraham, kudos to Jackie, because this was an amazing episode. I love Dr. K's return. That was awesome. My one issue, and it's not gonna affect my score, is that they should continue to call Evox Venjix throughout the rest of the episode. They kept calling him Evox. I'm like, no, he literally just told you he's Venjix. Call him Venjix. That's it. If you can't get the voice actor, that's fine, but still call him Venjix. We all know that Venjix is on Earth 1, and he's trying to murk. Like, he's about to 87 everyone. Okay? But aside from that, the fights were good. The storytelling was good. The chemistry between Dr. K's actress and Abraham was very, very good. Like, I honestly would like to see a one-shot spin-off comic book of them, like, just toying with things from Power Rangers past and stuff like that. And what I really like, and I know, Kent, you're going to like this, Dr. K had a reason to go back to Earth 2. If Venjix is alive in Earth 1, this fool's alive in Earth 2. And we got to stop him. I got to make sure Scott is not hanging out with the Samurai Rangers because I'm going to need his help and everything like that. This episode is a 10 out of 10. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a 10 out of 10. Done. Mike, go.
Right. So for the thing I wanted to bring up when you were talking was I noticed how Nate and Kay were about the same age when they unleashed their respective viruses.
Yup.
So, so it's not like Dr. K doesn't know what's going on because they're perfectly parallel in their backstory. It's just that it did not get as bad as Earth 2 did. So Nate did at least have an opportunity to have parents and enjoy their company and make friends and not be a recluse and, play the violin instead of hanging out and eating marshmallows with your buddies. You know, it's kind of like that Naruto versus Sasuke moment where it's like, you didn't have parents, except the other way around. Hey, at least you did have parents. I love how towards the beginning of the episode, like before he takes over the GB computers, the way he got in was like he was distracting the Rangers with small talk, while a small part of him like was using the cracks in the floor tiling to weave around the Rangers and get to the computer. It kind of reminds me of Han Solo from the beginning of when he first shows up in Star Wars Episode 4, because like if you pay attention carefully, you see Han slowly pulling out his gun while he's like, "Come on, Greedo, you know I'm good for it. Look, I'm gonna go to jail." Like that's literally Venjix / Evox. Now, in terms of naming, I would say I don't have as much of an issue with that nitpick because if you really think about it, Venjix is the virus by himself. Evox is Venjix with the snake DNA and Morphex. You know, kind of like how like when you have like when a person goes through a transformation, they go by the name of that transformation from then on. Like for example, Barbara Gordon, she's not Batgirl anymore; she's Oracle. Even if she puts the Batsuit back on, she'll still be Oracle.
Okay, I get
you
that.
know, but if anything, I would agree with you in terms of like him keeping the Venjix voice because, again, I'm just so used to the Evox voice. It just feels weird having him have the Venjix voice. I'm gonna say this though: when Go Busters first came out, like in Japan in 2012, I was like, this season reminds me of Power Rangers RPM, and I was enjoying it. And now that we got, and then when we got the trailer for Beast Morphers, I'm like, why do I have the feeling that Evox might have something to do with Venjix? Like he might even be Venjix. I'm surprised that this bad guy is called Evox and not them just bringing Vengeance back. Like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna be honest with you. This guy really hates me playing Among Us with him because I have this ability, to the annoyance of everyone, to figure out who the real perpetrator is. So whenever he's the suspect, he always tries to kill me first because he knows I'll figure it out. And such was the case here. I'm glad that was the reveal. And of course, I love the way they brought back both Vengeance and Dr. K and the kind of dynamic they have with the new cast, because this honestly feels like Kamen Rider Geo, where it's a continuation of Kamen Rider Decade, but done really well, where like the Decade, which is Dr. K in this case, comes back and finishes their story, but also in a way that doesn't get in the way of the new cast doing their story. And I really like that. And I love how they're doing the stakes here in a way similar to the way they did in RPM, where it's like it's a nice 3-part episode build up to something big. And I really hope that they have a nice flowery finish, like at the end, like how they did Beyond Thunderdome in RPM. I give this episode a 10 out of 10 because there's just so much of it that I enjoyed. And the only nitpick I have is literally the Venjix voice in Evox's body.
All right. Can't take us home, bro. Give us a 10.
This is just eerie. I once made, back in, Mike, you know this, I thought this woman's story was really cool in the early days of Sentai. And, you know, she is the main villain of one series, and she comes back for another. And I thought that'd be cool if PR did that. And look what happens. Yes, I really enjoyed this episode. It is very satisfying to finally have some closure on Venjix. And now that means they just need to bring back Scorpina, Gasket and Archerina, and Lokar, and any other monsters that just mysteriously disappeared over the years. Yeah, like I said, the interactions, I like the parallel between RPM and Beast Morphers. I also kind of love how the scene where she's interacting with Ben and Betty, it kind of felt like the way she reacted with Jem and Gemma when they first met. That was cool, and the action was cool, and like overall, yeah, I think if I had one complaint, it's just some dialogue bits were a bit annoying, but I'll explain that when we do the series overall review. 10 out of 10. So
Welcome to the Perfect 10 Club, Evox/Venjix. Good job.
It's Venjox, all right?
Venjox.
It's Venjox
Welcome
from
to
now on.
Welcome to the Perfect 10, Venjox. And without further ado, guys, y'all know what the time it is, right?
YouTube,
It's
Facebook.
Comment time.
comment section time. What is up, Facebook and YouTube? How's everyone going? How's everyone doing today on Saturday? Thank you guys so much for watching the brand new episode of Power Rangers Podcast Live, where we watch episode 19 of season 2 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, The Source Code. Let us know what you guys feel about this in the comment section after this whole live stream is done. And if you are new to Morphin Network, be sure to follow us on our Facebook page and like it. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, at MorphinNet, and you can follow us here on YouTube at Morphin Network. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, because we all know that YouTube's algorithm is as janky as Evox's digital world. With that being said, guys, let's read these comments.
And the quarterback is toast.
No, for now we're gonna call you Noah the First, because you're always the first one here. So Noah the First says hi.
What's up, Noah?
It's Noah the First.
What's up, Noah first?
Everett Sanchez. I met Catherine Turtle and Boss at Madness Games and they're shoot! I forgot today was their actual. I forgot.
Yeah, hey, shouts to Edward Sanchez, man. Yo, tell Johnny we said hi, man.
I forgot today was their signing today. Nice. Edward, I'm Vengeance. No!
Vengeance!
Are we just gonna do the whole Spartacus thing? I'm Spartacus.
What did you do to Edward? Dang you, Vengeance! You got her. What you do to him? Timmy Dacus says, "Hi guys, what's up, man?
What's up, Timmy?
I can't wait for Dino Fury. Same here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Billy, how you doing?
What's up, Billy?
Mike Perez. It wasn't surprising. I guess it was before the season. Yeah,
Real quick, Mikey.
Again, as soon as the trailer dropped, I'm like, Vengeance.
It's definitely still one. It's definitely still one of the better plot twists, because Andros and Corone, she has the locket. That was kind of a giveaway. Frax and Pharax, the Cyclobots, Mystic Mother, came out of nowhere. Scroll of Destiny came out of nowhere, and the time travel with the Energems kind of came out of nowhere.
Thing was kind of clumsy.
Real quick, Mikey, you won the bet. You know which bet I'm talking about. You were right. I was wrong. Continue.
That's fine. Cross Serious Finale is dope. Yes, it is. We won't spoil it here.
Thank you for not giving details.
Season 1 and Season 2, I cannot wait. Wait, Season 1, 2, Season 2.
I think you saw it when they put it on Netflix and stuff.
Never. I'm not gonna spoil anything. That's Twins finally. Oh, yeah, Billy.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you. No spoilers. Thank you. We live by the honor code. Except me.
What's up?
What's up, Monty?
Michael Perez, part of your Twitters. Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah, man. That was a storm like any other yesterday. I saw that. I'm like, look, I'm happy that Vengeance it was the villain the whole time. He pulled a Vince McMahon. But, dude, don't spoil it, because some people were playing my honor code.
You know what's funny? No, it's at the count, the power of your account. It's not. You cannot share on Twitter anymore. It's not shareable anymore.
Yeah.
Noah Cummings.
I'm glad I don't have a Twitter.
Noah Cummings. I have Twitter, but I only use it for basketball news.
I'm a tweeter.
I have my own Twitter account. Anyway, no can't. Timmy Dacus. I wonder how Nate got RPM one if he got a kid. Oh, donation.
Yeah, donation.
Decommission. If we're like I personally said, like the reason why Gemma still has her morpher was because maybe Dr. K just chose to, like, she upgraded them and then gave them new morphers so that they could, morph without, so they could still morph and then donate their old ones to,
Yeah, I mean, you can use new morphers. I mean, it just shows like the My Morphin morphers. They're not the one that Jason uses. That's not that's a new morpher.
Oh,
I want to
Don't
mention.
forget the Master Morpher.
Yeah, that's a new morpher.
Oh, I wanted to mention right quick. So when we saw Evox's Cobra form, from season 1 appear in the flashback, that weirdly made me think of Grimlord from VR Troopers because in the first
I missed that show.
because in season 2 he has a slightly different appearance than he did in season 1, and then when we learn his backstory, he has the season 2 appearance, and so it's like inconsistency. But the fact that this is consistent, that was cool.
Yeah. That's what, funny you mentioned Grimlord, because I always thought that like Power Rangers Dino Thunder was an homage to VR Troopers because Anton Mercer is literally Grimlord's human counterpart. And also Haley's last name is Zichter, just like Carl Zichter.
Yeah.
And of course, Cybertron.
Mike Perez. Wish RPM and Gemma showed up here. That would have been cool. That would have been cool.
I would have liked Flint to show up.
Oh,
wait,
my
wait to hear you. I'm the Scottish one.
I would have liked Summer, but she's busy eating brains now.
Hey, Mikey,
She's done eating brains.
Hey, Mikey, man. Sorry, man. You almost posted a spoiler. Sorry, bro. I'm not going to read that. Let's see. Like RPM, Gold and Silver shop with the help. Yeah, but they're busy, fixing their world.
Boom.
Hey, guys. Happy birthday, Leo. What's up, man?
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
David, what's up? You got your Register Pop Pass? Mikey Perez. Season 2, this is not Zoe was used.
Hey. Her character arc did come full circle. Did she fight? Zoe got her redemption the moment she tried to get her brother the sample of that Terra Velosa Venetosaurus thingy. I don't remember.
So when it comes to characters being the focus, this is kind of how Chiplin seasons usually work anyway. Leo, Carter, Jen, Cole.
Yeah. Chip wasn't RPM. Yeah, Mikey, Chip was actually in RPM because I think Gazillion left after reasons why after the first half, and he finished the second half of RPM. So originally, RPM was supposed to end differently. I don't know the full details. You have to ask the actual Rangers because it will not reveal online or anything like that.
But yeah, Leo, happy birthday. Gosh. I'm usually better at this.
Are you trying to do the Common O's thingy?
Yeah, he is.
Happy birthday!
Oh my god! Thank you guys. Thank you once again. I saw a lot of you guys' messages on IG. Thank you guys so much. I am not responding to all of them, but thank you guys so much for wishing me happy birthday. Really appreciate
Fox, we have a request from the fans. Is it okay you can dance for your birthday?
it. Not doing dance.
Yes, do it your birthday. No, do it. No, it's
This is all you're getting.
No. Stand up. You gotta stand up.
I'm not getting up.
You're getting up. You're getting
No,
up. We're gonna see more of this the whole time.
Anyway.
No, you're getting up.
No, I'm not.
Getting up.
I had a little no.
Alright. Going back to comments. Speaking of a virus, about Master Vengeance, virus creature taking over. Reminds me of part of it. Yeah. It's I mean, that's hard, man. It's kind of related. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Who put Mike out?
We did. Continue though.
David Ortega. I had a chance with some Punch Beast Morphers at shows that the plot twist was. Oh! Nice. I didn't know that. Hey, David, if you can hit us with some RPM people. Just kidding. Don't worry, David. Mikey Perret. So Chip Lynn at the very beginning. Okay, that's actually cool. Top 5, I don't. Oh, Vengeance is right. Top, I don't. But best reveal.
I think it was cool. Yes. What's up, Seth?
Oh, I think he's talking about I put Vengeance as the. Honestly, yeah, guys. In my opinion, Vengeance is the best Power Ranger villain in Power Universe. He legit destroyed a world. Riddick did not destroy a world. Zed did not destroy a world.
I still put Ransom
now,
number 1.
Hold on. Ron destroyed a world, not Earth, but a world.
It could almost, hey, but still, He wiped out a lot, 9% of humanity. He basically did Last of Us.
In fairness, that was in fairness, it was
species.
Dr. K's fault, though.
Actually, it was those security
Are
guards.
you saying that only human lives
No,
matter?
no. The best villains is Opposite Suit. There you go. Case closed.
Yes,
Ooh.
the government. Yes, the government is
me-
the reason why Dr. K went completely insane.
For me, I say Grum is the best of the main Earth villains, assuming SPD still takes place in main Earth.
Well, we got 5 years to confirm that. So,
See, like I would love Ron Swanson to review Power Rangers RPM because he would say that the moral of RPM is don't trust the government, eat red meat, and love all your friends very closely.
Well, Venjix killed half a population and killed 2 Rangers.
but they did come back though.
Huh?
They did come back though.
Yeah, because speaking of the morphing grid.
Because of the power of friendship. Come on now.
Leonard,
Anyway,
Leonard, let's remember
the
that.
Japanese version, he killed 4 Rangers.
Next comment. Go ahead.
Venjix the best villain. Yeah, here goes to me. Bam.
I still say Rancic is.
Rancic has a heart. Venjix has no heart.
But Rancic got a reason.
Even mutants have a heart.
See,
That's what a robot told me.
See, he agrees with me. Oh, this guy agrees with me.
All right.
Okay. Power Rangers history. Evox Venjix the hardest. Yeah, see. Oh, I'm getting some support here.
Dacus. After RPM ended, the RPM dimension was in Samurai, Clash of the Red Rangers, and Super Mega, but instead, Master Vengeance being seen as Professor Cog in both. I mean, honestly, in retrospect, low key, I do think that Samurai and potentially Ninja Steel kind of set up the events that we're gonna have. Because I mean, why is Scott still a Red Ranger? Why? And he's like, yo, I was fighting blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, who was you fighting, Scott?
Master
in
Cog.
retrospect.
If anything, if the Clash of the Red Rangers took afterwards, they could have made it that Professor Cog was the body that Vengeance took the form of after leaving his morpher. Then that would be a personal thing for Scott to deal with when he goes into Earth 1.
Master Val took out M51. Shoot, you're right. Never mind.
Master Val took out M51, and he also defeated the Mighty Morphin Rangers.
Never mind, you're right. I take that back. Second best.
Goldar defeated the Mighty Morphin Rangers.
No. Master Val depowered them. If it wasn't for him, Goldar would never destroy them.
You could argue. Venjix could do that too. Just hack into the computer system of the ship. Yeah.
Anyways,
you could take out the Machine Empire because he's a pirate.
By the way, shots and wings, by the way.
Actually, in retrospect, you know how funny it would be in the episode where they're clipping through a bunch of villains? How funny would it be if someone said, okay, well, we talked about Astronomer and Lord said, what if we brought Venjix back to life? And then it must be, oh, no, not him. You don't need to bring him back.
Technically can't die. He's a virus. That's why I have a theory, but I'm not saying that until after the next episode.
We have a really interesting question from Mikhail Blair. Mikhail Blair on YouTube said this. Oh, wait, first, Christian Darius says this. Should Kamen Rider 01 be adapted as a Power Ranger spinoff to a prequel to RPM? No. I mean,
definitely not a prequel. Definitely not a prequel.
No, because that and 01 ended. The Kamen Rider time, 01 ended on a high note that humans and human gears were living together after everything that went down. By the way, shouts to 01 being the realest season of Kamen Rider thus far, but I digress. But no, I don't think it would work well. But Mikhail Blair did ask this. I like Beast Morphers a lot, but I have a question. Do you guys think it's a great season because of its own original ideas, or is it good because it's a sequel essentially to RPM?
No, original ideas. I like the part that it's actually based on the morphing grid. I can tell that the Venjix reveal was just the icing of the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say, you would have to ask the same question about Geo, whether it's good on the merit of its own self as a season, or if it's good as a sequel to Decade. And by the way, one thing I love about making this parallel is because you do have a decade time gap between the two seasons. But I would say it's a bit of both. I think, because there are some ideas that were introduced in the season, but it also incorporates things from previous seasons, so you could sort of world build from that. And I think you know you kind of need to do a bit of both because honestly, there's no longer anything that's wholly original anymore. Because pretty much any season of any show or any movie you look at, it would have some kind. It would have taken something out of one of Shakespeare's plays. Just to give an example.
I like it for its originality because of the. I mean, again, we didn't know. Keep in mind, we all went to PMC 2018. We did not know what the heck was going on. All we knew was that Hasbro was in charge of Power Rangers and everything like that. We did not know what was going to go down. We just knew that Go Busters was getting adapted into an American adaptation. It could have gone either way. And I said before, season 1 of Beast Morphers is a very solid season. Obviously, y'all know how we felt about the first half of season 2 of Beast Morphers up until they start showing off the Battleizer so that all the Rangers do get, which that's when the show got better. And then since, you know, the leaks and then the show comes back in September, that's when it got better and better. And it's one of the few seasons where it's already set up your crossover and low-key also setting up your series finale. Like, the second half of season 2 was setting up 2 major big events that happened. The Grid Connection crossover and the next 2 final episodes. We've already watched part 1, the finale. We're going to watch part 2 next week. I think it did a fantastic job doing that, and we haven't seen that in a Power Rangers show in a while.
And
I think if I apologize, Kent, just to go really quick, I think the one thing that Beast Morphers did really well, especially this season, is building up to bigger things. And some seasons, especially in the last decade, you know, they didn't do much of the building up aspect. It's more like we'll get there when we get there. But here it's like they've been meticulously going upward to get to that high point that they needed to get to. And you know, sometimes in a season you really need to do that long-term planning. And while what's it called? Super Mega Force did try to do that. It just the execution of making that build-up happen was just lackluster. But when you know what you want to do from beginning to end and just like figuring out how to transition from point to point, that's when you have the makings of a great season.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is definitely one of the better finale build-ups in the last decade. I mean, Super Megaforce was okay, did a pretty good job of it. Ninja Steel was a little bit. Ninja Steel also did a fairly decent amount. Dino Charge, it kind of felt like filler episode, now finale. But here, this definitely was very well built up. And anyway, I would talk about this other thing, but I'll save that for next week.
Yeah.
Well, no, but Mikhail, that was actually a very good question, man. Thank you for that.
Basically, it's like knowing the difference between Kamen Rider X and Kamen Rider Black RX.
So now,
anyways, we have a couple more. Monty says, "Happy birthday!" Thank you, man. Much appreciate it. We'll read a couple more because I know you guys. We talked a lot. Okay, Derek, Evox has been the only villain that had attacked Earth 1, Earth 2, and Earth 3.
See, he agrees with me. Best villain.
But he successfully destroyed one Earth. What about Earth 1, Earth 2?
Could have destroyed Dino Charger too.
No, Dino Charge. Dino Charge. They did that themselves.
He made Golden back.
They did themselves that hard.
It's funny. It is eerie to think, when Evox, was like when Evox appeared, the Mighty Morphin, Dino Thunder, and Dino Charge Rangers had no idea who they were talking to.
Hey, but even though that's actually scary, if he comes back, if he does come back, he actually is a scary villain. Because he legit could go cross over those kind of dimensions easily.
And the fact that he could back himself up anywhere.
Yeah,
exactly.
And even when Dr. K said in the end of the episode, I have to go back to Korn and check if there's any remnants of the Vengeance virus yet, because if this guy's still alive, oh my god.
And what's also cool is even though he was trapped in the cyber dimension for the first season, one could say that was part of the clone Evox Nate's programming, mixing it with snake DNA. He had fragments of Vengeance in him before, but now he's full on Vengeance, which means he can go anywhere now.
Yes.
Right.
Can you imagine if Vengeance like copies data from the Armada from Super Megaforce, and that's how we get the bad guys from Duoger.
Oh, we're fucking. Then they're screwed. Then that'll be the good team. Let me say, and yes, 2-pack Hasbro. You're watching this. I want a 2-pack. I want a 2-pack of Vengeance Evox.
Hasbro, here's my wallet. Take it.
He has loads of forms, so I don't know where they could start with him.
Here's my hidden ingredients.
No, do a Vengeance 3-pack or a 5-pack.
Dacus says when it showed the flashback of Nate when he was little, it probably was 2010 when there were no new seasons of Power Rangers since we had no season that year. That's actually a good observation. I would probably say that too.
Oh shoot!
Actually, since Super Megaforce takes place in 2014, so the very oldest that flashback could take place is roughly 2015.
Oh yeah, because he's a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Nate's a teenager.
The whole is no, never mind. We're not gonna go down that rabbit hole.
He's the youngest. He just confirmed he's the youngest.
We're not gonna go down that rabbit. No. We know who the youngest is, and we talk about it.
This is giving me Code Lyoko vibes. Where Yumi is a year older than Ulrich.
Oh my god.
Hold Venice parents are Dr. K and Nate. Whoa.
Hold Venjix parents are Venjix parents.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's a dark.
White and gold, white and gold, white and gold, white and gold.
You know I wish this episode had when Dr. K actually saw Venjix again. I'd be like, oh my, they should have done that.
That would have been.
That would meet again, Dr. K.
No, he said, Mom, we met again, Mother. Oh God, no, not again.
Anyways, guys, that is all the comments we have. I know we couldn't read everyone's comments, but these were really good comments. Obviously, I know you guys are really excited for the final episode, and we will talk about the final episode next weekend. But until then, guys, we will buy comment section. Buy comment section. We'll see y'all later.
We're not done.
And we're back. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching this brand new episode of Ranger Podcast Live. And for starters, Boss Man, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, DancerBoy247, Facebook. Well, no, actually not. I don't leave my Facebook public. Instagram, DancerBoy247. Also, guys, I see you guys trying to add me on Facebook. I'm sorry, guys. If I don't know you personally, I'm not adding you. Sorry, guys. You can follow us at Morpher Network on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.
All right, then. Kent, where can they find you, bro?
Instagram, Brown_K, as well as QR Ranger Book.
All right. Mike, where can the people find you?
Can you imagine if Az copied Venjix's Malice data? You can find me on Instagram at Chrono_Justice_cosplay. And you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto, where very soon I'll be playing a very specific game. Hold on, hold on.
Oh.
Hey, what about
There you go.
Hold on. How do you?
Are you trying to main me? Here, hold up. Boom.
There we go. Boom. Yes, I'll be playing that game right there on my Twitch channel, which is on the twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. So if you're very interested, be sure to follow me so you can get notifications of when I start playing.
Fox, you're playing that for Morphin Gaming Time.
No, this is Mike's, not mine. But I will be buying my copy on PS4.
Okay, but you're playing what? You can't play for Switch on a. Yeah?
This is Mike's, bro.
That's my copy.
Yeah, it's his copy. I'm gonna get the PS4 version.
Okay,
hey.
I was like, Mike, take his job now.
Oh my god! And well, y'all can. Oh my god! Y'all listen. I will be off work in the next couple of weeks. Morphin Game Time will be coming back. But until then, y'all can find me on Twitter and Instagram, @Reckless_Fox, YouTube @Reckless_Fox, and find all my latest game content. Will you stop? It's done. It's over. I'm trying to brand myself. Stop it. Stop. Anyway, and you can find me on Twitter, not Twitter. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Reckless_Fox for all my latest game content and everything like that. If you want more content, myself, Mike, Jen, and Noemi, we do our very own video game podcast every weekend, the Scrub Game Podcast. So be sure to follow us on SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, and Spotify at the Scrub Club Gaming Podcast. And thank you, and once again, guys, thank you very much for all the happy birthdays. I greatly appreciate it.
Get Teddy Bear.
Happy birthday!
What?
Where can I find you? Or you said?
Yeah, I said it.
I
Yeah.
already said it.
Oh, before we leave.
Get the anchors out of your pants.
Sorry. I want to claim from my auction. So that's what I'm actually looking at. Anyway, tune in this upcoming Thursday. Speaking of Beast Morphers,
Yes.
Woo.
yes, we have Gaz Badawalia. He will be our special guest this Thursday, if scheduled. Well, yeah. Again, guys. Technically he's still on. Well, I don't know if he's in the contract, but again, no questions about the finale. You can talk about questions before the finale. So so basically you can ask questions about this episode, but not about next episode. All right, guys, we're being strict right here. The season's technically not done yet, so I know.
And of course, that does mean that our show, Rider Time Podcast, is going to be on Wednesday instead of Thursday.
Right.
So that's why, guys. Again, careful. Again, don't ask questions about the next finale. You can ask questions about season 1 and up to now, but not the finale. Even though I know you guys are so begging, and hopefully we have another guest coming, but we can't reveal yet. So hopefully it happens.
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man. Yes, it's the Muffin Man. So yes, guys, we'll have that. Yes, we'll have Jazz coming back, and hopefully maybe a special friend of ours will be coming back soon. Wink, wink. Anyway, so all right, guys, this is Morphin Network and Radio Podcast Live, and we're signing out. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
Bye. Bye-bye. Go home. Watching us die! Stop it!
You.
Stop! Stop it! Go!